Sam, you and I are going to perform an experiment right now, and it's an experiment in extrasensory perception. In fact, we're going to be looking at one of the phenomena known as precognition, or the ability to know something before it happens. Now, you and I are in different places. We're separated by time and space. You're in a completely different city from where I am. Is that correct? We are doing this over the computer, and we are separated by perhaps 3.5 to 4 hours and at least several hundred miles. Is that correct?
Yes.
So we are going to use as our tools, I have behind me a box of cards. These are Zener cards, and Zener cards are used to conduct experiments for extrasensory perception. Perceptual psychologist Carl Zener designed these cards in the early 1930s for experiments conducted with his colleague parapsychologist Joseph Banks Rhine, who performed the early ESP experiments at Duke University in Durham Station, North Carolina. Inside this box, there are these Zener cards, and you'll notice the back of them are totally nondescript, so that you can't get any impressions from the backs. And then the fronts are all the different symbols: circle, square, plus, three wavy lines, square, and the star. There are 5 different symbols. And so in a moment, I'm going to ask you to think of one of those symbols. Either a circle, a plus sign, 3 wavy lines, a square, or a star. You'll notice something else. I have 3 cards. Each one of them has random configurations of the Zener symbols, and each row is numbered. And what you'll notice, there are numbers on each side of these cards. So we have there's 10 on each side, and we have 3, and both sides are used. So that gives us 6 times 10, 60 different configurations. And what I'm going to do in a moment is I'm going to ask you to silently select from any card you select whatever symbol you want. You see the symbols on the far right side. You can see a symbol, and then you see a whole line of symbols leading up to that symbol. Yes?
Yep.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you, please, to select any one of these cards. Card number 1, card number 2, or card number 3, noting that all of their configurations are different on each of the 6 sides. Would you like card 1, 2, or 3?
2.
Card number 2. We will take the other cards out. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to hold the card up to the camera. I will look away. And when I do, I'm going to ask you, do you want this side, which we'll say is side 1, or do you want the reverse side, which is side 2? Which side would you like?
Reverse.
The reverse. So the other side. I'm going to turn it around, and then I'm going to ask you, can you see it all there? There we go. Can you see all that?
Yes.
I am going to ask you, please, to look to the far right and select silently one of the symbols that you like. Don't tell me what it is. Once you have your symbol, say, I have my symbol.
I have my symbol.
Very good. Then I'm going to ask you, please, to look at the line that runs across up to that symbol. And I'm going to ask you, in any order you want, to call out the symbols on that line one at a time to me, okay? And then
All right.
once you've called out all the symbols that lead up to it, there should be 5 symbols leading up to your final symbol. Please call them out in any order you want on that line.
Wave, wave, star, plus, plus.
Okay. Wave, wave, yes.
Correct.
Star, yes. Okay. I'm going to drop this card now, okay, without looking at it. All right. You will notice that here is an envelope. It's been sitting here the whole time. Yes?
Yes.
And inside that envelope is a Zener card. And I placed that in there much earlier today. In fact, you've seen it in plain view all day.
Mhm.
What I'm going to do is reach over and remove that envelope. And what we are going to do is reach into that envelope and hopefully we will see in real time precognition, because the card that I placed in there, I'm going to pull it, reach in and pull it out. The one card and only one card that was in there. You selected one of the Zener symbols at random. You then looked at another card that had all the symbols randomized, and out of 60 options, you selected one. Would you please tell us what was the actual card that you selected?
Star.
And in fact, that was the card placed into the envelope earlier today. Precognition, the ability to predict an occurrence before it happens. Sam, thank you.